Hey guys, and welcome to Keys review of TitanFall. Basically, in this review, I'm going to go over a couple of aspects I think the game gained on, what the game lacked on, and in a way compare it to some other games that I know of. Now, the first thing I do want to come across is the fact that although the game is in a way unique, it's also extremely common. I mean, if you mash Mirror's Edge, Transformers, and Call of Duty, you do get this. Obviously, it has its own unique features, and it's a unique game, and no one else has done this mashup before. It is in the imaginable realm. And the one thing I do and still hate, well not hate, dislike about this game, as you can see I'm level 46. I've been playing it quite a lot in the last day and a half, I suppose. Leveling isn't very hard, but it's mostly the game types straight off the bat. Attrition, if you can't read the description, effectively it's team deathmatch, and anything you kill, that includes the AI, it goes towards the point and makes you able to win. Last Titan Standing it's set out in a search and destroy, sort of how you actually play, where you get one life, you start off in the Titan, you either have to destroy all the pilots, which is what they call the players in this game, or you have to destroy all the Titans. And it's best of 7, which is first 4 rounds. And then you have Pilot Hunter, which is standard team deathmatch. It's exactly the same as attrition, except from the fact you only get team points towards the actual win if you kill a player. Now, out of 5 game types, that's 3 versions of team deathmatch. And then you have Hardpoint, which is domination, and Capture the Flag, which is obviously Capture the Flag. And there's little to no imagination. And straight off the bat, that strikes me as quite bad. A game which has so much potential and is so well made, with 15 maps, which is quite a lot for a game. And it's just, there could have been a lot more done. I mean, even changing the name to Hardpoint, which has already been used as a different game type in another game, isn't changing the game type, and nor is changing certain aspects. Like Last Titan Standing, at least you're in Titans, but I'll explain why that doesn't really make a difference slightly further in. I'm going to play Attrition because it's the bulk standard game, it's the one you probably come across the most, and it's one of the ones which you play through in the quotation campaign. There's one thing, the campaign. If you're going to buy the game, the short way to say this is there's no campaign. The campaign is you play through an assortment of attrition and hardpoint, and there's a bit of storyline in the background. I mean, there's no actual effectiveness. I mean, in one you start off and you see, in a couple you start off and you see a couple of extremely small cutscenes. By cutscene I mean it's a guy going, "Oh, this is my friend, he died," and as you're playing you get these clip hits in the top right hand corner. It's not a story. It's some dialogue going in the background. And half the time, you're not listening to that when you're running around killing people. Let's be honest. So, in its own way. The game, the things I did on, this is extremely well. Basically, by hand with a machine. The thing, what did well? I mean, even little things like the game itself is built on 2 separate levels. I mean, the Titans are there, they're stomping around, and they
got it. Stand by for TitanFall.
It's a separate map but in the same sort of vicinity. I mean, the area you play on as a Titan is completely different to the area you play on as a player. As you get around easier as a player, but there are also a lot of aspects which they have built which affect cover. There's a lot of things to shoot through, like here. You know, there's a lot of ways to get around the map, and they have done that exceedingly. The fact that I can go in a Titan and play, and it's seamless. It's not as if you get in a Titan and you're completely separate from the rest of the team, and oh Christ, that's annoying. And it just doesn't. It works extremely well. The Titans fall down. You know, you can wait for them. You can run along. You can attack the pilots. And there's also the AI system, which works extremely well. Although personally, I think they are exceptionally underpowered, and they have little to no chance of killing them.
Fall back to base.
And the pilots, I think they are extremely well. It is a lot reminder of Mirror's Edge. I mean, even sort of assassinations. If you give Mirror's Edge a sort of Call of Duty style Call of Duty style run into it, it does feel exactly the same. And I was a big fan of Mirror's Edge. I mean, I ran through the campaign, I completed it a couple of times. It's a good game. And I did, and so far, like I said, the free run-in and everything, although I think there's only one thing I can pick on, which is the fact that if you run along a wall like this and then you jump off, you can't run along the same wall until for some reason it actually didn't work. But it is, as you've seen, it's easy. It works extremely well once you're used, and it all merges together very, very well. There's no hard, just a good merge. And I've been playing it for a day and a half, and I've leveled a lot. Although at this moment in time, the community is obviously a lot of gamers which are either young or just don't know what they're doing, because I mean, when I've got the game, I let my friend stay around. He doesn't play first-person shooters at all. He's not a gamer. He's around for the sake of it. And as you can see, my 54 games won. I mean, I only play with one other friend, and we aren't that good. Like, we're not exceptional, but we're not bad. So I'm winning a lot of games with just 2 players. That shouldn't be happening. So the game is good, and if you are a very adaptive gamer like myself, I can pick up a game within half an hour to an hour, and from that point onwards I'm generally decent at it and veer towards good. And you can just see my lifetime average versus players is 1.5. My average versus over the last 10 games is 2. That's a 2.0 kill death on this game, and that's with Titans going on in the background. It's very easy to become good at this game, at least at this point in time. Now for the bad points. The things I feel they've lacked on is customization. There's, what, 10 primary weapons there? And if you look through the names, there's only 1 shotgun, 3 assault rifles, and there's a single fire gun, a semi-automatic, a burst fire, sorry, and a fully automatic. And then there's the snipers, a bolt action, and a semi-automatic. And SMGs, there's a medium range and a short range. I can carry on here, but as you can understand, the whole aspect of the game is toned down. There's only 1 of each. There's no variant, there's no options, and same as I said in the beginning, there's nothing new. I mean, the guns, again, it's obviously based in the future. You've got giant walking robots, you've got spaceships, and they give you the same guns. I mean, sure, you can rename it, but that's an M14. You know, that's a Scar. That's obviously, I can't remember the name, but that's one of the machine guns. And it's just a lot of the same old, as well. It mixes in all very well. And types. There is the Strider, the Atlas, and the Ogre. And as you can see, there's a skinny one which moves around fast and you can jolt a lot. There's the big one which, and there's not, it takes a lot to do that from scratch, and I take my guy who did. But then again, you could have gone a lot further than that. You could have had mix and match parts. You could have had customizable colours, and that is it. There are three types of Titans. That is it. Full stop. There's nothing more, nothing less. And it's the same story with the guns. 5 or 6 main weapons and a few perks. And so the game has potential, and I think that I doubt that potential will be used, especially in the modern day gaming, where for some reason the gaming community has just grown large, but tiresome. They just buy the same crap over and over and over again without people. I mean, the only thing which I respected, although the whole Xbox One DRM and all that sort of stuff, that's the only real uproar I've heard from the game community in years. And so I don't think this game will evolve. And I'm hoping I'm wrong, severely hoping I'm wrong, as I don't want another Call of Duty where the next game is the same and the same and the same. Because this game has so much potential. The whole map, everything about this, everything about the design, how balanced, it's got a bit of everything, but it's just not got enough of everything at the same time. And so this game, depending on whether they choose to update it, choose to leave it and release a new game, this game can be amazing. I already love the game. Personally, I think the game is exceptional, and I haven't had this much fun on a game in years, probably since Gears of War 2. And so I'm glad that this has come out. I'm glad it's got a big fan base. But I also see the bad points and hope that we don't see old mistakes happening again and again and again. And so I would say this game has the potential. It has the staff, it has the team, it has the support, it has the engine, it clearly has the imagination. And so I think we'll have to wait and see. But I think in the long run, it's going to go one way or the other. This game is going to be amazing. The customization is going to be unbelievable, and that this was just the first step. And we'll look back on this same as we did Call of Duty 4, and we'll say that was the game, maybe not in the same light, but finishes, starts, and hopefully brings us to love it in the long run. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna stop reviewing unless I can think of much more else to say. Really, I think I've expressed my points on the game, and I think I've expressed it severely strongly. And for now, I'll just let you enjoy the gameplay and listen to me get angry at players.
Buddy, we're still in the fight, but the IMC have the upper hand right now. We still get ahead, so don't let up.
That was one of the little bots. Oh, Christ.
Another Titan is attacking you. Caution, you are on. Dash online.
Oh, there's your radio. Anyway, guys, just if you're still here, I doubt it. Just leave a comment below if you want any more gameplays, if you want any more reviews. Hopefully, this is going to become more of a regular occurrence. Christ. Ah, he got me first. And I'm hoping to start up a channel, obviously hoping it'll be successful, and I want to know what people think of my review, and I want an honest opinion, you know. I know you're not going to hold back, but if you can give me any tips on how you think I could improve this video, and what you possibly think I could do better, then just leave it in the comment section. And I'll read it, if I get time I'll reply, and is Milky or Milky 54321. And yeah, watch out for my broadcast, because when I'm on I generally try to broadcast, and although I don't have much of a following, I mean, you gotta start somewhere, haven't you?
Hey, running out of time and the enemy is slightly ahead. Gotta turn it around now.
Ah, here's one thing I did forget to mention. At the end of the game, there will be a small epilogue where you do get to fight the players. The end, effectively. The team who is alive has to escape. The team who is alive, the team who is lost has to escape, and the team that is won has to try and stop them escaping. And I am kicking my butt, man. Ah, crap. But, so, is that it? No, it isn't it yet. So, the game which I've always hated, and I'm sure all of you always have, is the fact that once you have finished the game, a lot of the times you'll just freeze there in front of a player you're about to kill, and you'll be sat there like, okay, what the hell? Whereas this gives you that, oh Christ, this gives you that little bit more time to actually finish, as is occurring now, and I got killed for it. But this is where our team is trying to escape. In 10 seconds the ship will arrive and pick up any survivors if they make it, of course, and the team don't kill them. And it just gives that game a little bit of fluency. You know, you don't, and what's the word? You're integrated into the game. You don't leave the game. You don't just stop. The game is there. It finishes, and it starts. You know, as you saw at the beginning, you fly into the map. So there's no, you know, you just appear out of nowhere. And I like that, because a lot of games just miss these little things. Anyway, guys, that's the end of a review, and I hope you enjoyed the video and the little bit of gameplay I showed. And please leave a comment, as I said before, thumbs up the video if you liked it, and subscribe. Anyway, Xbox, stop broadcasting.